last summer you come and you do the match with Cody. It's the one booking, that's the initial thing, and you've become almost like a spokesman of AEW because you're so passionate about the company. And obviously there's the infamous post Dynamite speech where you were very passionate about AEW. And I mean, where does that sort of come from? Where does this sort of how do you go from the sort of the one booking thing in less than a year? It's like it's ride or die kind of thing for AEW.
Because they took a chance on me. You know what I mean? I'm with it. This is my team. AEW is my team. Just like you have we say soccer in America, but you have your football team.
Yeah.
That's your team to the day you go in the grave. You know what I mean? So it's the same thing. When I'm with AEW, this is my team, and no one's better than my team. You will never hear me say, AEW is okay. No, this is my team. You know what I mean? Boom, that's it. And I'm a typical New Yorker where I'm a Yankee fan and Giant fan and Knicks fan. So typical New Yorker. Oh no, we're not bad. We could be 0-16, the Giants, and I'll sit there and go, no. They'll be okay. It's a loyalty thing. And I'll just say WWE didn't want me for years. You know what I mean? And they wanted me to train their guys, which is fine. But I knew if I trained their guys, I would be collecting the paycheck I didn't earn because my heart wouldn't be into it. So AEW comes along, takes a chance on me. What makes you think I'm not going to be loyal to them? What makes you think I'm not going to defend them or ride for them or talk shit about other places? You know what I mean? Also, I believe in competition. I also believe that the most fun I had as a wrestling fan was, and I don't want to say attitude era, was during WWF, WCW, ECW.
Yeah.
Because of all that, I found All Japan Pro Wrestling. I found New Japan. I found FMW. I found Osaka Pro, Michinoku. You know what I mean? Because of that competition, I found all this other wrestling, AAA, CMLL. And during that time period, everybody was talking smack about everybody. You know what I mean? Either subliminal, I try to get that word out. You know what I'm talking about.
Subliminal.
Or, it's a rough word for me. Or straight up, they just said it. You know what I mean? I remember ECW brought me back into wrestling. If it wasn't for ECW, I would have never got back into wrestling because they were talking shit about everybody. You know what I mean? And I just, being a street kid, that's what you do. You talk shit and then you knuckle up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why, especially supposed infamous thing to send the people home happy, I just stood up for my team. That's it. And I expect everybody else to do that for AEW. I expect the guys at WWE to do that for WWE. I expect guys at NWA to do that for NWA. Guys at Ring of Honor to do that for Ring of Honor. You know what I mean? It's competition. I don't want no one to close down because that's just stupid. You know what I mean? Because if a company closes down, then guys lose their jobs and then their families go hungry. I don't want that. I just want competition. I want everyone to get 2 or 3 million people watching. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I want to see us get up all the way up to that number 7 million watching. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's just do it together. Why not? Let's fight, Forbidden Door, fight each other, have a good time with it. Because just like wrestling styles have evolved, companies have to also evolve. You know what I mean? And I think with, this is me not just being a homer, but seeing AEW say, all right, the Forbidden Door is wide open. Whoever wants to come can come. You know what I mean? You got Kojima against Mox. Come on, man. You know what I mean? Whoever would have thought that, Even after he wrestled Nagata, I was like, all right, cool, that's it, right? There ain't no more. Here comes Kojima, a legend, former IWGP and Triple Crown, All Japan Triple Crown champion at the same time. Not a lot of people know that, or I think maybe 2 or 3 people have done that in history. I could be wrong, maybe just 2, him and Muto, the great Muto. But here he comes, doors wide open. You know what I mean? We're getting people from NWA. We have our female talent. I'm talking like I'm part of the office. we have our females going over to NWA kicking ass. You know what I mean? We have NWA females coming over here. Thunder Rose was a perfect example of that at the time. And I believe that's the evolution of the business. It's no more, okay, we only stay here or we only stay here. I think the business is evolving where we all have to work together so we can all make money.
It's funny because to your point, I mean, you hear a lot of AEW is a family, AEW is a family. And then I know Punk was on Sports Nation the other day and he said that one of the things that made him want to come was the Brody Lee situation, the fact that was kept private and stuff. And you do get that feeling from any of you guys that we speak to as a family and as a close-knit group of people who, have got the same goal. So it shows.
Well, just to piggyback off you on that, it's because we've all fought for this. We didn't have ECW when I broke in. When I broke in, there was just WWF. So only way you were making your money was hustling on the independents, being lucky enough to go over to Europe or being good enough to go to Japan. So only way you were making money. And a lot of us, I put it to you like this. Mike Johnson put it the best to me. He goes, so many of us would have made money in ECW if ECW was around, or at least had a shot. At least had a shot because there was 3 companies,
Yeah.
If WCW was still around, a lot of us would have got that shot, but there was not. So now here comes AEW. Of course, we're all going to be like me and the EVPs, and well, even though I don't talk to none of them, whatever. That's something else, a different interview for a different time. But the EVPs and the whole locker room wants AEW to be successful because we've seen the other side of just having one company in America. We've seen it. We lived it. We survived it. So now let's get it going, man. We got the second company. Let's get more. Let's get more and more and more and get more and more people watching.
One of my favorite images that's been turned into a GIF this year that is just, it brings joy to my heart is when you and Mox had teamed up with Darby Allin, and after the match, you put your arm around Sting and you just looked like you were the happiest man on earth. And then Sting looked like he was just like, yes, I'm back. I mean, that moment just is so fun. And it just felt like it was really spontaneous. I'm guessing it was.
It was. Everything I do is pretty spontaneous. You know what I mean? Like, people could say whatever they want about wrestling. When I get in there, I do whatever I feel. So get ready. Be on your toes. You know what I mean? Like I said, Terry Funk's one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. And he's one of the guys I study a lot. You never knew what he was going to do. And I'm the same way. You know what I mean? But that was spontaneous, man. I just saw him and I was like, in my head, I was like, I'm on TNT, right? Where I used to watch Nitro on, or record Nitro and watch Raw, whatever it was. And Sting was a major player in that. Sting, at one point in time, you can say Sting was WCW. You know what I mean? Like Flair and everyone left except for him. He never left until the company closed, of course. So when I looked over, I was like, this is a trip. And that's why I grabbed him. And I said, excuse my language. I said, hey, it's fucking Sting. And I guess he heard that and he liked it. And then Mox heard it and came over. And like I said, I saw a meme. Someone said when your 3 uncles go out after 2 years of not seeing each other or something. You know what I mean? But it was true, man. The fan that appreciates pro wrestling came out of me. You know what I mean? Because I appreciated the fact that the history, TNT, Sting. You know what I mean? And whether people want to believe it or not, or, history is written by the victors. So you have WWE's side of what happened with WCW. But in all honesty, man, WCW at one point in time was the biggest company in America. And Sting was part of that. And Sting was... The Crow Sting deal was one of the reasons why. So you just got to give him credit. That's why I did that. I was like, this is nuts. Like, I would have never thought this.
What does it mean to be invading New York again? Or
I don't think we're invading New York. I honestly think we're back. I'm back to conquer it again. You know what I mean? I believe all the New Yorkers on our roster are like, okay, we're coming back to take it back. You know what I mean? This is ours. We grew up here. You know what I mean? This is our thing. This ain't no company's thing. This is our thing. You know what I mean? A lot of the New Yorkers like me, Santana and Ortiz all feel like, us three especially, feel like, yo, we let you have New York. And now we're coming to take back what's ours. So that's the way we're looking at it.
And I mean, this kind of ties into what you just said, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Other companies have tried to compete with WWE in New York and do different shows. Why do you think with AEW, and they've not been able to maybe penetrate it, but with AEW, you guys have sold out this Arthur Ashe Stadium show. Why do you think it's different this time with AEW compared to other times where other people haven't been able to do it?
Well, just to be straight up honest with you, we have bigger names. You know what I mean? We have names that people want to see. People want to see whether I like them or not. People want to see Kenny Omega. I don't like the Bucks, but people want to see the Bucks. People want to see Miro. People want to see Punk, and other rumored people. You know what I mean? We're capturing people's imagination. You know what I mean? And that's why that's what makes the big difference.